Hello, beautiful friends and book lovers. I hope that you're all doing well. If you're new here, hello, welcome here at Heather's Book Review. I typically chat mysteries and thrillers. I'll film dedicated reviews or monthly reading wrap-ups, all that good stuff. But today I am filming a dedicated review for Kill For Me, Kill For You, which is written by Steve Cavanagh. I don't know why I'm not holding up the actual book. Where is it? I'm just used to going like this whenever it's like an audiobook. And the last two videos that I filmed before this one were one was an audiobook and one was an e-read. So anyways, I do have a physical copy. I will say I mainly listen to this book courtesy of Simon & Schuster Audio. Thank you so much, Simon & Schuster, for letting me listen to it. And then I also did get myself a physical copy. So the reason I'm filming this is because I have recently claimed that this is my favorite thriller of, sorry, sometimes I like really struggle saying the word thriller. It's like it's like that, the T8, I don't know, it just gets stuck on my tongue. I should really make like a end of the year blooper edits of like all the times I mess up saying thriller because it's in so many videos. But anyways, it was in one of my recent wrap-ups, I said that this was the best thriller that I have read so far this year. So I felt like it needed a dedicated review. So hence why I'm filming this today, but I'm going to do a non-spoiler portion of this video book review with my rating and all that good stuff, and then a spoiler section for those of us who have read later in the video. So let's just go ahead and get started with my non-spoiler part of the video. So this was a March book of the month pick. You can still get it as an add-on for $10.99. So I actually have a feeling I'm going to be choosing so many add-ons next month, which is June, because I'm filming this May 9th. I just have a feeling they're gonna have Riley Sager's new book. There's a couple other books that I'm eyeing that I hope that they have. So I think that's gonna be a big box month for me. I will leave my referral link in the description box below for you, and then you would get a discounted first box, and I would get a free book credit, which is sweet. But let's just go ahead and talk about this. So this is a psychological thriller about two women, I'm gonna be looking at my notes a lot, who make a pact to kill the men that they believe killed their daughters/family members. So Amanda and Wendy, they meet in a support group and they basically come up with a plan to the title, Kill For Me, Kill For You kind of vibe. They're both, really suffering from the trauma of losing their family members, and they are kind of forming this, I don't know what you would say, like this bond over plotting to kill, this like revenge bond together. I don't know. And then we have a separate point of view of a woman named Ruth who was brutally attacked in her apartment while her husband was out, and then the attacker gets away. So we've got a whole mess of stuff going on in this book. You're following multiple point of views. Well, not like a whole ton, but multiple. And we're trying to see like, are these women gonna pull this off? Like, this is crazy. What the heck happened? It is so good. And like, I'm so excited to chat spoilers because there were two parts of this book at the end where I was just questioning like everything. And I love when a thriller has like an ambiguous ending like that. So good. On my rating scale, I'm going to go ahead and give it a go get this book now. Please, seriously. The audio is amazing too. I will link my Libro FM. That is the audiobook platform that I use when I'm listening to audiobooks. The audio narration was amazing as well. So yeah, if you're listening to it or reading it, like, guys, it is so good. And there are parts throughout the book where you're like, I'm sorry, what? And guys, I am so stingy, I feel like lately, with giving a thriller 5-star. I've only done it twice this year, which is this book, and then Peter Swanson's A Talent for Murder, but that doesn't come out until June. That one is really good too. Add that to your TBRs. It's awesome. And again, it has an ending where you're like, okay, like this is what I like in my thrillers. This book really kept me on my toes. I didn't know who to trust. You like learn new information, but then you're like kind of second guessing stuff throughout the book. And like, it just really, really keeps you on your toes. And I cannot recommend it enough. It is so good. I always put a like what I feel could have been better portion in my scripts before I film these. But in that portion I wrote like, I really cannot think of any improvements for this book. Like, it was just genuinely that good. And those parts of the ending that I'm talking about, like, it was really well thought out. So if you're already a Book of the Month member and you've been kind of just waiting to like get it for that $10.99 add-on. Like, do yourself a favor, get that hardcover book for $11, honestly. Just, it's so good, you guys. It's really, I think you guys would really, really like it if you choose to read it. Okay, so I'm filming this on May 9th. And as of May 9th, I have Goodreads pulled up. It has a 4.24 star rating, which I think is pretty high for Goodreads, and a little slightly under 20K ratings. So very good, well-deserved. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into the book chat part of the review that contains spoilers. If you haven't read the book yet, but this convinced you to read it, save this video so you can come back and listen to all the bookish chat containing spoilers, but we are going to get discussing that with the spoilers right now. Okay, I'm gonna be looking at my notes a lot. You guys know the drill, you know the drill. So Ruth being Wendy/Naomi, like, I really didn't see that coming. That was such a good twist. When Amanda was working with the guy at the end, I just was like, I had this feeling, I'm like, we can't trust him. Like, we can't trust him, right? And then that part where he gives her the letter and he calls her sweetheart, which is what Ruth claimed the killer had called her, like when she had turned around and he was like, good evening, sweetheart, or whatever. Then the scene in the alley with like him using the colored contacts, I was just like, okay, she obviously at this point was like a paranoid schizophrenic, right? Like, that scene in the elevator where she's like convinced that the family is like doing all of that stuff to her and saying all of that, those things. And, you know, it alludes to the fact that she's been killing men this entire time that look like her attacker. Like, she's clearly lost her marbles, right? Like, we don't even, like, there's no second guessing about that. But I'm like, did that really happen? Or did she just envision it? Because she's been seeing this other stuff and these people's expressions and things that they've been saying that like aren't really true. Like, couldn't that same thing just have happened with that guy in the alley? And then I thought the same thing with when Amanda read the letter from him where he called her sweetheart. I was like, okay, like, yes, it's weird, but it's not that weird. Like, it's not that uncommon of a name to like call somebody. You know what I'm saying? So like, was it him, or was it just an odd coincidence that he called her sweetheart? You know what I'm saying? Like, if it had been a more personalized nickname like Buttercup, or like, I don't know, something that isn't like a common term of endearment, I may have been a little bit more, I don't know, willing to put all of my eggs in the basket of like, it has to be Ruth's attacker. But I don't know if it is. Like, that's what I love about it. Cause I'm like, okay, like, if it is him and he is this serial killer / attacker, like, he ended up killing Amanda's target from the beginning, right? So it's like, but if his whole shtick is to like kill and attack women, like, why would he go out of his way to kill Amanda's target who's a male? Do you guys see where I'm going with that? Like, if his whole thing was like, his sport was like killing and attacking women, why would he go out of his way to like kill somebody else's target that isn't even his? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, maybe because she helped him finally track down Ruth. Like, see, I feel like there are two avenues that you could go with this book. I am leaning towards the fact that it really was Ruth's attacker. I just want to point out the facts of like, sweetheart isn't a super uncommon term of endearment, and like, that's, you know what I mean? Like, it could go two ways. She could have envisioned that whole thing with like the colored contacts and stuff because she was already, you know, gone crazy at that point and was super just paranoid. But yeah, I mean, overall, I loved it. I love when thrillers do that at the end, like where they make you guess or there are different ways that you can interpret something. So I thought this book was so much fun. Honestly, I had so much fun with it. I hope you guys had a lot of fun with it too. If your comment contains spoilers, please indicate that so we don't ruin anything for someone who hasn't read it yet. But yeah, loved it. Amazing. Would probably reread it because I just think it was that good. But yeah, as always, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, you guys.